This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. Today, family and friends, members of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, and other first responders came together in Bangor to remember the life of Captain Nick Hardwick.
Those that knew him best described Hardwick as a man that loved his family first, his wife Jessica, son Drew, and daughter Cadence. Hardwick is remembered as a man that loved adventure and someone who led by example.
Nick was a quiet observer, always had a big smile, and laughed at nearly everything, the good and the bad. He took it all in stride.
You brought so much to our office, and you were a big part of making us better. We'll continue to carry that message and your mission forward.
I guess if there was one thing that I could say is make sure that you live life to the fullest every day. Love as hard as you can and see as many places as you can go, because you never know when it could be the last. And Nick, until we ride again, I love you, buddy.
Captain Hardwick started as a part-time correctional officer at the Penobscot County Jail in 2001. He worked his way up through the ranks, eventually becoming a captain and jail administrator. Hardwick was also a proud reserve officer for the Southwest Harbor Police Department. He died while traveling on vacation with his family earlier this month.
Sadly, another community is mourning the loss of a veteran first responder, friend, and community member. Caribou Fire Captain Daniel Raymond, also known as Danny, was killed yesterday in a car crash. Captain Raymond served Caribou Fire and Ambulance for 32 years, 4 as a volunteer, 28 as a career firefighter, and then the last 7 as captain. His department says he was active in the community as well, helping to educate the public on fire safety issues through programs like Learn Not to Burn, CPR, and fire extinguisher training, as well as other numerous community activities. They say you couldn't go far without someone recognizing him. On Thursday, Captain Raymond was traveling south on Route 1 in Caribou when a Freightliner box truck driven by Vincent Smith of Wamego, Kansas, swerved into his lane and hit his car. Both vehicles crashed into a nearby ditch. Police pronounced Captain Raymond deceased at the scene. He was 57 years old.
In other news tonight, closing arguments in the Jordan David Bishop trial took place today at the Penobscot Judicial Center. The jury, however, was unable to reach a verdict on the first day of deliberations. They've informed the judge that they would like to review the transcript of Thursday's testimony from 3 licensed psychologists who offered their professional opinions on Bishop's state of mind at the time of the alleged crime. During closing statements, the prosecution argued that Bishop knowingly acted with intent to cause harm. Defense attorney Don Brown argued Bishop was in an altered state of mind at the time of the shooting and should not face criminal charges. It's unclear at this time how late deliberations will run this evening. It's possible that they could continue on Monday if the jury is unable to reach a decision tonight.
In other news, a car carrier and its entire cargo are destroyed after it crashed in Amherst this morning. Hancock County Sheriff's Lieutenant Timothy Cody says 54-year-old Serafin Puccetti was operating a white 2023 Western Star tractor and trailer, which was carrying several new vehicles. The truck was traveling east on the airline road when the car carrier went off the right side of the roadway and down an embankment, striking several trees and coming to rest on its side. Lieutenant Cody says the tractor trailer caught fire, destroying it and the entire cargo of new vehicles. The crash caused the road to be shut down for several hours. The cause of the crash, though, remains under investigation.
The Belfast Police Department is asking the public for help identifying the person that robbed the Circle K convenience store early Thursday morning. These pictures were taken from security cameras. Police telling us that the person entered the store wearing a camouflage jacket, pajama pants, baseball cap, and blue surgical mask. He approached the cashier with a note indicating he was armed and ordering them to hand over cash. If you recognize this person, you're asked to contact the Belfast Police Department at 207-338-2420.
Well, switching gears now, majority Democrats in the Maine legislature are pushing through a baseline budget. The move will ensure government operations continue in the new fiscal year while leaving the door open to discussions on new spending initiatives later. The pared-down budget must be adopted by the end of next week for a simple majority-approved bill to go into effect on July 1st. The proposal emerged today after closed-door negotiations between the parties and Governor Mills over her proposed $10.3 billion two-year budget. It prevents Republicans from using a state government shutdown as a negotiating tactic, but preserves their negotiating clout for proposals to be considered later.
The Bangor School Department will soon receive settlement money from a class action lawsuit over youth e-cigarette use. The school board unanimously voted on Wednesday to accept a settlement agreement with popular e-cigarette maker Juul Labs and Altria, the parent company of Juul, and several tobacco companies. Bangor is one of 1,000 school departments across the U.S. that sued Juul as part of the lawsuit. According to Bangor School Department representatives, settlement funds will be spent on vaping prevention and nicotine addiction services for youth. Representatives say the department is currently reviewing data and formulating a plan in order to prevent future addiction within schools. The amount that the department will receive from the settlement has not yet been disclosed.
Certainly seeing that as a hot topic for weeks, if not months now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see the actions that are now being taken, decisions that are being made.
Yeah, and just the ginormous scale of that class action suit.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, well, taking a turn now and taking a look outside. Kind of a windy day. Temperature-wise, it looked like it was going to be pretty balmy, but then the wind kicks up and suddenly you're wishing you had a heavier coat on.
Absolutely. Great day to have that windbreaker with you today.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a first check of our forecast and see what else is coming our way weather-wise.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Happy Friday. The weekend is around the corner. Our first weather today is brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. All right, precipitation's out of the region. Not a messy day like yesterday, but it is windy out there. 17-mile-an-hour winds here in town. Look at Greenville. 20 miles per hour. These are sustained winds, folks, so wind gusts are closer to 30 in some spots. Like I said, we are pretty clear. We do have just a few passing clouds. Most of that precipitation is long gone. I know yesterday was a messy day. It's windy, maybe not the nicest day for us today, but take a look at these high temperatures. 45 today here in town. Same story by the coast. Up north, though, Millinocket into Greenville, they were in the 30s. There is a thick snowpack up there, so that's keeping those temperatures a tad bit colder. Tonight, though, temperatures will continue to cool off. It's going to be a chilly night with temperatures back into those low to mid-20s. Beth and Peter?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much. More to come there.
Indeed, and we'll have more local news coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Making the time to be together.
Supporting local business.
Starting a college savings plan. Expanding our brewery.
Buying our first home. Giving back any way we can.
With big offerings and local bank support, we can help in more ways that really matter.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. A new facility offering addiction treatment services opened today. Our David Ledford spoke with representatives about the growing need for care.
Let's make it official. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Everest Recovery officially opened its new opioid treatment center in Manchester with the help of Governor Janet Mills. The center will offer comprehensive services for those with opioid use disorder starting in mid-April. Peter Morris, co-founder and CEO of Everest Recovery, says that the group hopes to fill a dire need in the state.
You can't miss it. The opioid epidemic is ravaging the state of Maine, the entire nation, and certainly with the onset of fentanyl, it's gotten even worse. Getting folks into medication-assisted treatment allows them to re-engage with their families, regain employment, and just live a productive life.
The location is Everest's second center in Maine, following the opening of a facility in Saco last year. And this marks the third treatment center to open after nearly 10 years without a new facility in the state. During the ceremony, Governor Mills also announced that Everest Recovery will be the latest group to join Maine's Opioid Health Home program, which further aids those seeking treatment.
My administration will continue to do all we can to stop drugs from reaching Maine, to prevent addiction at an early age, to treat addiction when we couldn't prevent it, to set people on a lifelong path to recovery, and above all else, to save lives.
State officials say the opening of the facility is an important step in widening the scope of Maine's medical care moving forward and increasing the availability of methadone, a medication used to treat opioid use disorder.
We need to avoid them driving an hour or 2 hours. So every time we can put a treatment facility closer to where people are living, it's helpful. The medication-assisted treatment has very much been stigmatized. And we need to mainstream it as part of medical care.
To learn about treatment options, visit everestrecovery.com. In Manchester, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The UMaine Graduate Workers Union celebrated its public launch with a rally today. A.J. Douglas heard from union members who say it's time the university established better working conditions.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what a union looks like.
This is what a union looks like.
Research, teaching, and graduate assistants came together to create the UMaine Graduate Workers Union. Their goal is to negotiate with the University of Maine school system to create higher working standards.
Low wages, terrible health care that we have to pay usually from our own pockets, the 50% contribution, which is unheard of among other land grants in New England.
More than 1,000 graduate workers throughout the UMaine system have joined the union. Organizers claim that graduate workers are experiencing problems well beyond low wages.
There's a lot of us that have not been getting paid on time.
A master's student studying at the Climate Change Institute talks about a few of the union's goals.
Build solidarity amongst grad workers, for the university to voluntarily recognize our democratic consensus on cards and agree to meet with us, treat us as equal bargaining partners.
Union members have expressed the need to visit food pantries to survive and sacrificing medical treatments due to health plans not including dental or vision options.
Choosing between ignoring my health or paying premium costs out of pocket for necessary health care. My eyes and teeth are not external additions to me.
The university has released a statement stating, quote, We very much value our graduate student workers, as they are a vital part of the campus community. We recognize the right to unionize. The university will await the outcome of the election, and at that time we'll have further discussions with our graduate students and or the appropriate union representatives. End quote. UMaine graduate workers say they are open to working with the university to establish better working conditions and benefits. In Orono, AJ Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife did a little spelunking recently. We'll tell you why.
Yeah, and in sports, Maine football took the field for their first spring practice today. How the team looks to push towards a better 2023. That story right after the break. Stay with us.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
I really enjoy helping people and watching them grow. I joined Sweetser over 10 years ago as an independent affiliate and have helped countless clients reach their goals. Sweetser provides me an opportunity to help my clients without all the headaches like billing and referrals, things related to actually running a private practice. They take the administrative stress away so I can carry out my true passion. If you are a licensed social worker or therapist, Sweetser's affiliate network is for you.
We first opened for business 75 years ago. Between our customers and our staff, we're like family here. I'm worried about this push by Pine Tree Power. It's a government takeover of our electric grid. And it's going to cost about $13.5 billion. That could mean higher taxes or cuts to critical services we rely on. Us Mainers can't afford a risk like that. So next time you hear about Pine Tree Power, ask yourself, who's picking up the tab?
Sharing a little joy starts with arriving in good spirits. The energizing Mazda CX-5, beautifully designed signature interior. The confidence of available iActive all-wheel drive. Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Even though spring just started, we're already looking ahead to fall, especially as Maine Black Bear football took the field Friday for their first spring practice. Take a look.
It's good to get everything organized, put together, coaches, players, and just be able to be out here and run plays.
Fall is a lot closer than you think. Maine football is back on the field for their first spring practice of 2023.
I'm super excited. It's awesome to be back out here. This is what you come here to do. We're here to play football, obviously.
Because of an injury, that's something that quarterback Derek Robertson didn't get to do all of last year.
D-Rob being out there is great. I had a good stretch of games with him in 2021, so I'm just excited to keep building that trust, keep getting the offense tighter and just score a lot of points this year.
A huge key to the Black Bears offense last year was tight end Sean Bowman. He's also making a return to the field after a leg injury forced him to miss the last couple games of the season.
Be back out here with my brothers, put a helmet back on, to be able to run on the turf, be tired running from drill to drill. It's just great to just be back out here and just be doing what I love.
While there was much excitement and fun in the air, The Black Bears wasted no time getting down to business, establishing their goals for the spring.
Number one, we're trying to improve fundamentally, technically, increase our knowledge of who we are, and build our depth.
Another thing is, we're just trying to grow and get closer as a team, which we did a great job in the fall. We're a really tight-knit group, and we're just trying to build on that.
That success in bonding last fall arrived alongside first-year head coach Jordan Stevens, and the first impressions he left on his squad were nothing but positive.
And Coach Stevens is great. He does everything right, and he preaches everything to us that we're supposed to do, and he does the same thing, and everyone loves playing for him.
The values that he brought in, we're not wavering on that and just kind of sticking to what he believes in.
And Stevens believes changing the Black Bears' fortunes from a 2-9 season last year will come down to how hard they prepare from now till August.
We need to be in a better position to start the season in terms of being ready to play. Long way from getting to there, but we need to be ready to function as a team in a better way moving forward.
Can't wait for that first game already. Let's stay with Black Bear football now. The NFL season may be months away, but let's talk about a former Black Bear who's going to be in the thick of it. Andre Miller is entering his second season as a member of the New York Giants practice squad. The Old Town native was a standout wideout as a Black Bear, but transitioned to tight end after being signed as an undrafted free agent. We caught up with Miller at UMaine's Pro Day this week and talked with him about how he's managed switching positions and his growth.
New techniques, stuff I've never done before, just doing it as much as possible. Obviously still bulking up a little bit. When I did Pro Day last year, I was 225, and now I'm 245. So I've been slowly progressing all through the year, and I'm feeling good. I'm excited.
And this year will be much different for Miller. He will now have one of the NFL's best tight ends, Darren Waller, to help hone his skills. Of course, Miller is pumped to be his teammate, especially since he already takes from the greats.
When I realized I was getting switched to tight end, he was someone I kind of started to study a little bit, just trying to pick from the tight ends games that I can. I look at Travis Kelce, Evan Ingram, guys I can kind of find something and put it into my own weaponry.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad.
Thank you, Ryan. Our main weather today is brought to you by Varney Ford. Varney Ford in Newport gives one full year maintenance on every new and used vehicle they sell. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks, the nice car and truck people. Let's talk a little bit about temperatures, folks. There's a sharp cutoff right about here. Raleigh is in the 80s. D.C. yesterday was in the 80s. New York City in the 60s. So we did have some warm air really make its way up the East Coast. But overall, though, now a cold front has made its way into the region and things are cooling down. For us, though, still another nice and warm day. 45 degrees was our high today. 45 in Bar Harbor as well. Waterville, just a tad bit cooler. But take a look at Greenville into Millinocket, 30s. That's because there is a thick snowpack really keeping those temperatures a bit colder than here in town. Our average high should be around 43 degrees. Take a look at the weekend into next week. We're really going to have near average temperatures even into April. So that's pretty much a trend we've had all winter. It's actually been slightly above average here in the Northeast this whole winter. Things are clearing up, though. We did have a few passing clouds. Overall, though, not much is going on. Most of this precipitation showing up here is not quite reaching the ground. It's just falling from the sky, but it is pretty dry, so things are not really reaching the ground. It's called virga, precipitation that's falling from the clouds, but not quite reaching the ground as dry air is taking over. But no dry air right here. Look at all this rain, severe storms down south, all the way closer to St. Louis with all that heavier rain. That's where that cold front is, right about here. So just to the west of all that rain, that's where that cold front is, and it's continuing to push east. That rain will be in our region, but not really rain. Mostly snow event for us, mostly Saturday night into the day on Sunday, folks. So get ready. More snow is on the way. We will be piling up some snow here in town. We're looking at maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 inches in some spots. Most of that heavier snow will be up north. We're looking at Greenville, Millinocket might be slightly underdoing it. But even into the Caribou area, there are some winter storm watches and a lot of snow will be piling up. Winds are a bit on the breezy end right now, 17 miles an hour here in town, 12 in Bar Harbor, Greenville, though. Look at this pocket of some pretty strong winds right there, 20 to even 25-mile-an-hour winds. Wind gusts closer to 30 to 35, folks, so please hold your hats and be careful out there. Hey, at least those temperatures are pretty mild outside. Winds will start to die down slightly. Tomorrow, though, into Sunday, that's when the winds really start to ramp back up. Look at the coast. Wow, Bar Harbor into Machias, close to 40, maybe even 45 to 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We do have small craft advisories, also winter weather advisories just to the west of town, and also winter storm watches up north where a lot of snow might be piling up. Well over 6 inches in some spots, especially just north of the Millinocket area. Same story into Caribou. Tonight, though, temperatures will be hovering close to 22 degrees. Partly cloudy skies and breezy conditions. Tomorrow, 42 degrees, mostly cloudy, pretty calm winds out of the northeast. And our extended forecast outlook does show that snow and rain back in the forecast Saturday night into Sunday. Then we're clear Monday and Tuesday. Beth and Peter?
All right, it will be interesting to see how that all shapes up over the weekend with that kind of not great.
Semi-icky Sunday, but that's okay. You need an excuse to stay in and be a little lazy, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect excuse for just that.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
All right, well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time, or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly and it continuously fights odors in the air and on soft surfaces for 45 days.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes, so it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. And you know I didn't.
It makes my running shoe look like new. It's amazing.
It's so good, makes it look like I have magical powers.
Magic Eraser and sheets make cleaning look easy.
If you're waiting for a sign that it's time to finally tackle that window project, here it is. Renewal by Anderson's incredible window replacement days. Get all the benefits of Renewal by Anderson's exclusive and easy replacement window process. And save a lot of money while you're at it. An immediate design consultation, exclusive Fibrix composite material windows, and precise installation by highly trained certified master installers. You get it all during Renewal by Anderson's window replacement days. Call Renewal by Anderson today and take advantage of this limited time offer and special financing.
Scudic & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit scudicandbloom.com or call 844-SCUDIC.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
Tonight, tracking the flash flooding threats and possible tornadoes, plus former President Trump's legal battles on several fronts all at once. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Triple S Tax Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel. Come stop by for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Finally tonight, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife has shared photos of their semi-annual research trip into Maine's bat caves. Every 3 winters, the department's biologists don their headlamps, masks, and bright yellow safety suits to squeeze into narrow caves searching for bats. They do this to monitor Maine's bat populations and guide conservation strategies. 3 of the 8 species of bats found in Maine migrate south for the winter, but the rest stay year-round, hibernating in attics, old wells, and of course, caves. But these spaces can't protect them from disease, unfortunately, and cave bats are highly susceptible to the fungal disease known as white nose syndrome, which has caused a 95% population decline in Maine's cave bats since it was first detected 12 years ago. Now, if you'd like to learn more, you can head to mefishwildlife.com/bats.
Really interesting work. Not a job that I think I would be cut out for.
More because of the small spaces
Right.
for me than any aversion I have to bats. That's really not the case, but I do have a little of the claustrophobia going on.
Yeah, being in a space like that where it's so dark. The
So
bats are kind
dark,
of just
so
the cherry
narrow.
on top for
Yeah.
me, you know? But
They just ice the I'm not doing it cake for you.
yeah, pretty much. But it's really important work, obviously.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
And great to be able to learn more about those diseases and how they can prevent the spread of them.
Well, and it's alarming to hear when you hear 95% population decline.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds the alarm bells. So
Right.
very important work that they're doing to maintain that ecological balance with the
Yeah.
species of bats that Maine usually has.
And as creepy as they are, they do serve an important role
They do.
in ecosystems.
Yes,
so.
they certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're maybe a little cute.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. The caves. The caves are where we're struggling here.
Pretty much.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC7, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.